Hello, and welcome to Busy Yogi. My name is Ariane, and I'm here to talk to you today about branding and why it's so important for you. Now, as yogis, we tend to shy away from commercial, right? And I get it, that's good. But that doesn't mean that we don't want to highlight ourselves, that we don't want to make ourselves shine. After all, what are we doing? We're helping others. So if we bring more light to ourselves, that means we can share more light towards others. So in a minute, I'm going to share with you some key tips for good branding that work and are super efficient. But first, let me tell you a little story about why I'm talking about branding. So over a decade in the yoga industry, and for a very, very long time, I shied away from this branding, this idea of standing out amongst the rest. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I didn't have the qualities to be a leader. I was also very shy. So what happened? I stayed cruising, right? I didn't move quicker. I didn't get more clients. I was just kind of there. But I was happy enough, until I realized that I was getting a little bit older and I wasn't moving at the pace that I needed to move in order to achieve my goals. Because I do have goals, and I think we all should have goals for greatness so that we can serve others better. So I decided to take a stand and create a little bit of an image for myself. What did that do? It created cohesiveness throughout everything that I did. And this is very important. Keep this in mind. You want to be very much in a little package so that when you start to offer yourself, everything matches, everything's easy and digestible for others. So let's get a little bit into this branding and what that means. So basically, it's the image that is perceived. It's your logo, it's your color scheme, it's your graphic design. It's really what you are represented by, right? You guys get me? Think Coca-Cola, right? Very strong brand. Apple, very strong brand. And why? It's because they created an image and they stuck along with it. So let's get a little bit into why branding is important for you. Well, first of all, it's going to help you create an image that, again, people will recognize the minute they see you. You're going to be top of mind. So if you have a very specific practice, people will recognize not only, hey, Ari, acro yoga, but she also has this logo and this brand along with it. So I stay, again, top of mind for what I do. Second, the brand is very important because it helps you have a unique identity attached to you. And when I say unique, I want you guys to really take this to heart, because being unique doesn't mean you're a show-off. It doesn't mean it's ego. It really means having your soul and your gifts be shown into the world with clarity, okay? So in the program that I have online, you guys will talk a lot about your purpose and clarity. So let's keep moving. How people see you is very important. Okay, remember that first impression is about 1 second long, and it defines the relationship with you and your audience. So how do you want your audience to see you is key. Let's get into the 5 pillars of branding. The first one is image. So image means that it's you being perceived by others, right? We said that a second ago. Well, what do you want this image to perceive? Is it strength? Is it softness? Is it kindness? Is it a combination? So I want you guys to think of some key elements that describe your image. Okay? Second is a logo. Wow, right? Do I need a logo? What is a logo? A logo is an image or a type or a creation of both that stands out for you. So again, Apple, right? That's a logo. You see the Apple logo and you know that it comes along with quality, with easy to use, that Apple is top in, aesthetics for technology. So when we design a logo, we want to think of those words of image that represent you and how we can create this image to wrap all of those things up and put it out into the world. So in case you don't have your picture, right, of you doing a yoga pose or however you want to showcase yourself, this logo will represent you. Identity. Well, identity is number one and number two, logo and image put together. This identity is going to create a package of who you are, what your soul is to the world. It starts delving into what you do, how you do it, and again, how you want to showcase this to your audience. The wording you use, the typography you use, all this is going to start creating this identity for you and your company. Because, for example, Busy Yogi, as much as is my company, it has its own identity, right? It's clean, it has crisp feeling, the pictures are fun. So start thinking of how the logo and your image create an identity for your brand and for you. Finally, we have to talk about your whole entire brand. It's basically those three things put together, along with a color scheme that suits you and that you want to have throughout all your marketing material, as well as your typography, picking maybe one or two fonts that, again, are clean or maybe are fun or maybe are a little bit more impactful. And these are little things that you guys will start picking up, especially in the course. We have a really big module on branding. So now I want you to write and research, or actually research and write, some of the best companies out there that you love, that you connect with, and who you love their branding, and study them and see elements in with these companies that you can start now figuring out for yourself. Okay, again, we'll use Apple. So Apple has a logo, Apple has clean design, lots of white space, their imagery is fun, it's impactful. So pick 2 or 3 brands that you love, write out the key elements that you think stand out, and how you can create these things for yourself. Now, this is the best part. When we watch the webinar that I'm offering, you guys are going to get a little bit more of this branding and this whole image aspect in the webinar. So please make sure to register, make sure to stay and watch, and let's become busy yogis together. Namaste. Thank you.